How's it going, dating and comic book investments? So, I can't believe CGC did this. This is so, it just seems so dumb. Like, I don't understand their logic on what they were thinking on why they would possibly even do this to begin with. Like, it makes no sense. It doesn't make any financial sense. It makes like no sense from like leadership or logistics or anything. I have no idea. So as you know, which I have said multiple times, I personally like, as you know, they merged with JSA and they verify signatures, which I've been campaigning for years now that they should have a way to verify signatures. And I get why they kind of didn't want to do it before, because then it can, people show up these signings and maybe they make a little more money this way and maybe it's just a little easier. But nonetheless, there's lots of signatures out there that are signed before CGC ever existed. Lots of Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, obviously he died way before. And so how do you verify any of those things? Normally what would happen is you send it in CGC, it would give you a green label, which means like there's something wrong with it, like an incomplete coupon cut out, page missing. And so I'm like, that's so dumb. Don't give it a green label. Then it devalued the book, definitely. So if you had like, say, a Spider-Man 300, a Todd McFarlane on it and had a signature, and you didn't have it verified by CGC at like a convention or something like that, then, or maybe Todd McFarlane signed it in the 90s, then you got a green label, and that was worth less than a blue label non-signed one. Now, if you had a gold label that's verified, it would be worth more, a decent amount more. So they merged with JSA, and they got that little black and gold label, which I said I think is fantastic. And so that happened 3 months ago, pretty much 3 months and a week ago, about May is when they announced it. And now they go and do this. It's so dumb. So we send in some books. We send in some magazine books to get authenticated with JSA. And we realized that, hey, like, they're not giving a JSA authentication on, like, you can look up your submission order online. And we're like, that's odd. So we call them. They get back to us. They're like, oh, let us get back to you on why you're not getting a verified grade on your magazine books. Here is what their email says. Thank you for contacting us. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I wanted to follow up on our recent phone conversation regarding submission, blah, 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 blah. I have received an answer from my team and was informed that JSA services are not offered for magazines, which is why the book does not have a JSA added to the order. Thank you. If you have any more questions, yada, yada, yada. How does that make any sense? Like, tell me, how does that make any sense at all? You already have the people there that can verify a signature. It is just a comic book, but just slightly bigger, still a piece of paper with a signature on it. Why can't those same people just verify this one? Now, am I thinking like, okay, well, they have to change the label. That's literally just a graphic design issue. You just change your gold label and put a little black bar on it, which they already have. Just make it slightly bigger because a magazine size is a little bit bigger than a comic book. And that's it. It's going through the same printing process that any of the other labels go through. So it's just so stupid. It's just so dumb. Like, the people are already there. We're sending it in. We're paying for this service. Wouldn't you want to make more money? Like, I don't understand what their thinking was. And you might think like, oh, okay, maybe they got comics in first and they're working their way up to magazines, I guess. It's been 3 months. I don't understand how this is so hard. And we're going to send in more. I have a bunch of like magazines I was waiting to send in, and now I'm not going to because it's going to get a green label. So now this book that we send in is going to get a green label. It's just so stupid. It's like, it makes zero sense. Like, please, someone over at CGC, explain to me why. Because this email didn't explain. The person that we called didn't even have any idea. Lo and behold, like, it feels like when you call these businesses, no one has like announcements or meetings, or they don't even read their newsletter that's come out like rarely at all. Like, it should be required that, so at least the employees know what's going on, that they read the newsletters that come out quarterly or whenever they come out, or big announcements like this, and know what is happening so they can field these calls instead of walking around asking people like, hey, what's going on with this? So it's just dumb. I don't understand. Like, please explain to me, someone. The printing process of making the actual label, they already have the graphic design already mocked up because they did it for the comic books. It's just slightly bigger, so you just extend it a little bit. Like, it just makes no sense at all. The people are already there to verify the comic books, so why couldn't they verify the magazines as well? I don't know. Makes no sense whatsoever. Maybe the magazines are in a different section of the building. Okay, have those people walk over. I don't know. It's all around stupid. They won't, like, it's losing revenue because I think it's like $25 a signature to verify. I have this one book that has like 10 signatures on it. Can't verify them. So what happens when you can't verify it? You send it to CBCS, which is their competitor, so you can get, because they verify their signatures. So I just don't get it. Like, it just really makes no sense. We were going to send in a couple turtles that we have that are signed by Kevin Eastman. We can't do that now because then it'll get a green label, which no one wants. It was so dumb that they gave it a green label to begin with. They literally should just give it a blue label and just say unverified signature, not a green label. I don't know what they do now. But lo and behold, it's dumb all around. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Please, someone, if you guys have a better answer than I do of why, I'd love it. And maybe someone could explain to me why they just don't do it for magazines.